Hey friends, welcome. Today I want to talk to you about something good and true. So I want you to take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's relax together and settle into this moment and imagine something with me. Picture yourself standing on the shore of a vast, endless ocean. The waves rise and fall, powerful and steady. You stand there, feeling the wind on your face, trying to command the waves to stop or the wind to change direction. But it's impossible, right? And yet this is what so many of us do in our daily lives. We try to control every detail, thinking that if we just do enough, plan enough, push enough, then everything will turn out just the way we want it to. But here's what life has taught me, and what I want to share with you today. Life is like that ocean. It is vast, beautiful, and beyond our control. When we learn to let go of that need to control every wave and trust the process, we discover peace, growth, and fulfillment we never thought possible. So let's talk about how to release that need for control and trust the process, step by step. And I promise, by the end of our time together today, you'll feel inspired to start embracing life as it comes. The power of embracing uncertainty. So let's start with uncertainty. I know, it feels uncomfortable, even scary. But here's the secret. Uncertainty isn't just something we have to live with. It's a doorway to growth. Life's most meaningful changes and breakthroughs come from places we don't even expect. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean abandoning your plans. It means understanding that life will have its surprises, and that's okay. You know, our brains crave predictability because it feels safe. But stepping into the unknown wakes us up and makes us stronger. Research in Nature Neuroscience has shown that engaging with new and uncertain experiences stimulates dopamine production in the brain. And dopamine isn't just the feel-good neurotransmitter, it's what helps us learn, adapt, and grow. So imagine you're hiking a trail on a misty morning. The path ahead is covered in fog. You can't see the turns or what lies beyond, but you trust that the path leads somewhere beautiful. Embracing uncertainty works the same way. It's stepping forward in trust and knowing that even when you can't see the full picture, something worthwhile is awaiting you. Understand what you can influence. Now, let's talk about control. We often believe that if we could just control everything, we'd be safe and secure. But the truth is, trying to control every aspect of life is like trying to hold back the tide. It's exhausting, and ultimately, it's futile. What we need to do instead is focus on what we can influence: our actions, our responses, and our mindset. And you know, psychologist Julian Rotter developed the idea of locus of control, which describes how much control we believe we have over the events in our lives. People with an internal locus of control, who focus on what they can influence, tend to feel more resilient and less stressed. Studies in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology back this up, showing that an internal locus of control leads to greater happiness and less anxiety. So, think of your life like a garden. You can plant the seeds, water them, make sure they get sunlight, but you can't force them to sprout. You can't make them grow faster. Your job is to care for the garden with dedication and then trust that nature will do its part. This is how we should approach life. focus on what we can do, and trust the process for the rest. Practicing acceptance and detachment. Now, what does it mean to practice acceptance? It doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging reality for what it is without wasting energy trying to fight it. Detachment, on the other hand, means committing to your goals, but not being so tied to specific outcomes that your happiness hinges on them. And there's a philosophy of acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, and it's a well-researched psychological practice that teaches us that accepting what we can't control helps reduce stress. A study in psychiatry research found that acceptance reduces anxiety and promotes emotional well-being. So picture this. Imagine holding sand in your hand. If you grip it tightly, it slips through your fingers faster, right? But if you hold it gently, the sand stays. And when we let go of the rigid need for control of outcomes, we are freer, lighter, and more at peace. We don't give up on what we care about, but we learn to hold our desires with an open hand. Trusting the timing of your life. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning to trust the timing of things. We often feel pressure to rush, as if we're falling behind. But here's the truth. Life unfolds at its own pace, and what is meant for you will come when the time is right. Studies in positive psychology show that living in a constant state of hurry increases stress and decreases life satisfaction. Research from Frontiers in Psychology shows that trusting life's timing and practicing patience can reduce cortisol levels. That's the body's stress hormone, and it'll help you build resilience. So, think about a time when things didn't happen on your schedule. Maybe you wanted a job, a relationship, or an opportunity that didn't come through, only to later realize that it was for the best. Life has its rhythm, and learning to trust that rhythm can be life-changing. Sometimes I too thank God for unanswered prayers. The power of mindfulness and gratitude. Finally, one of the most powerful ways to release control and find peace is through mindfulness and gratitude. Mindfulness grounds you in the present moment, and gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's here right now. The American Psychological Association reports that mindfulness helps lower anxiety and depression. And gratitude, too, has profound effects on the brain. A study in neural image found that practicing gratitude activates the brain's reward center, helping you feel content and less inclined to control everything around you. So try this. Spend a few moments each day thinking about what you're grateful for. Maybe it's the warmth of a morning cup of coffee, the laughter of a friend, or just a moment of quiet. This small practice rewires your brain to notice the good and let go of the worry about the future. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Life is like a river, flowing with its own energy and purpose. You have a choice. You can fight against the current, trying to force it to bend to your will, or you can learn to float, trusting that it will carry you to the right destination. Letting go of control is not giving up. It's choosing trust over fear and peace over resistance. So ask yourself, are you ready to let go of the need to control every wave and just trust the journey? Because when you do, you'll find that life becomes not only more peaceful, but more rewarding than you could have ever imagined. So start today. Take a deep breath, step back, and let life unfold as it's meant to. This is where true freedom begins. Thank you, friends. Thanks for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow with some more great ideas and things for us to discuss. I do hope you'll join me because I'm going to be looking forward to seeing you again. I care about you. I believe in you. And if anybody's worth it, you absolutely are. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, friends.